It is the worst time of the year in North Carolina. It's allergy season. And for those that don't know, I am horribly allergic to grass pollen, which is why I am wearing this. Otherwise, I cannot go outside. Today, though, as we go on this adventure out into the woods, we are going to address a little bit of controversy that our favorite bald streamer has created. That's right, Asmongold is at it again, pissing off the World of Warcraft community. So what did he do, you might be wondering? Well, he shared his 3 ideas for how he feels Blizzard could fix World of Warcraft. And I am going to go over his 3 points and share my responses to his ideas as a vanilla WoW veteran player myself.
Here's how to fix WoW. Reset everybody's spells, and then remake every class with like 10 spells or less.
Before I answer, there's a lot of ants on this rock, so let's move to a different place. Come on, let's go. This idea right here, I actually disagree with it 100%. I'm a really big fan of role-playing games, and when it comes to RPGs, I want to be able to play whoever it is that I want to play. I want to have a bunch of spells and abilities that I can choose from to really create the character and to fulfill the fantasy that's going on in the back of my head. I just got stung by a yellow jacket. That kind of sucked. I'm assuming that what Asmongold is arguing for here is just an argument from balance. He wants to play an MMORPG where the classes are very simple, very well designed, very well tuned, and perfectly balanced with each other. However, I would make 2 arguments that I think a lot of people are going to disagree on, but I'm going to say them anyway, because why not? Point number 1, you want to play a perfectly balanced game? You go play chess. Role-playing games can be kind of stupid. There's always some crazy, overpowered nonsense when it comes to playing an RPG. In Skyrim, you have the Stealth Archer. In Wrath of the Lich King, to name just one expansion example, you had the Death Knight. In a game full of complex spells and abilities, there's always going to be a lack of balance. And Blizzard trying to make every class equal in terms of damage and numericals, I would say that's the reason why all the classes feel exactly the same. And the second reason why I disagree, and this is one that I know a lot of people are going to disagree with, but I actually think having more spells makes the game feel like a proper role-playing game. And newsflash, and this is something I think even Blizzard Entertainment forgets sometimes, World of Warcraft is a role-playing game. Or it's supposed to be. And I would definitely argue, and this is a whole other subject, that World of Warcraft's RPG-ness has definitely fallen into decline over the years. I genuinely hold the opinion that more abilities, more customization, more opportunity to make your class who you really want it to be, that's good for an RPG. To conclude, when it comes to this point of Asmongold's, I'm actually on the exact opposite wavelength. He wants less abilities, I want more abilities. Maybe he's making this argument more for the sake of balance. I'm making this argument more for the sake of fun, because I think fun and madness and sometimes even broken builds, I think that's a part of what makes RPGs very special. So now, let's move on to Asmongold's second point and hear what he has to say, shall we?
Number 2, remove all raiding difficulties except for 40-man raids, and then make 40-man raids of the relative same difficulty as like Old War hard modes.
This point is absolutely fucking stupid, because it should be 20-man, not 40. Now look, I'm a total classic Andy. I mean, I'm even wearing my death equals delete shirt for hardcore classic. But I think that 40-man raiding, although really cool, although a bit of a nightmare to organize, 40 players is a little too much. 20, I think, is a good compromise between the classic Andy, you know, the classic raider, and the modern 10-man raider. Just meet in the middle with 20. But I do agree with the idea of the raids just having a single difficulty. In fact, personally, in my opinion, I've always been against all these different tiers of difficulty when it comes to raiding. I would rather it be that when you go into a raid, you have the same experience that everybody else has had that went into that raid. You get 19 of your closest friends together, you go and do whatever the latest content is. It's a very challenging piece of endgame content, and you come out with that new tier set, those pieces of gear, and you feel like a complete badass. I think LFR and normal, heroic, and so on and so forth, I think that's all just so unnecessary. Just have the raid be the raid. Have it be that when you killed the boss, you killed the boss of the expansion. You know, you don't go and get gear just so that you can kill him again. I don't know, I've never really liked difficulties in MMOs, like difficulty scaling when it comes to raiding. I've never been a big fan of that, so I actually agree with Asmongold on that regard. A single raid difficulty, a single challenge that every single person equally has to take part in, I actually kind of like that. Before we talk about the third point, I do want to quickly give a shout out to this channel's sponsor, Zygor. It's World of Warcraft's ultimate guide add-on for leveling, getting achievements, mounts, pets, whatever you want, and it's all linked down below in the description. And before you ask, this water is absolutely freezing because we are not in summer yet, but feels nice on the feet.
Remove all add-ons with no exceptions.
All right, let's get out of here. This is not a good take from Asmongold. In fact, I would say that he probably wasn't really thinking when he said this. And that's not an insult, by the way. It's not an insult towards Asmongold whatsoever. What I mean, though, is a lot of players genuinely depend on add-ons to play the game. Shout out to these guys. The first group I thought of when he said, oh, remove all add-ons, were the role players. Role players depend on add-ons like tongues and total roleplay in order to really bring out their character, to connect with other role players and speak other languages in game. Griffin heart items, so on and so forth. Role players need this. And then in regards to just simple conveniences, I don't think there's anything wrong with Bagnon, for example, Questy, or even Zygor. You know, guide add-ons just to help you kind of get to max level faster for the sake of, you know, maybe running some raids with your guildies or saving you time from having to boot up Wowhead to figure out where that mount is, that pet, how to make more gold or something. Add-ons like Zygor show you how to do all of this. We made it to a bench, everybody. Now I can finally put my shoes on. You can see that my shoes are a little bit covered in mud. That was the bottom of my feet for a while, but walking from way over there has pretty much cleaned them off. Nice. That's so much better. Now look, I know that Asmongold meant more along the lines of add-ons like details or deadly boss mods, add-ons that essentially play the game for you at endgame, or add-ons that just track data so that people can like smack talk you because you're not doing the highest DPS. I'm pretty sure that that's what Asmongold was referring to when he said, you know, removing add-ons without prejudice. But I don't know, you could make the argument that endgame add-ons like DBM is cheating, but then you'd also have to make the argument that using Questy is cheating, using an add-on that records where like your certain Peace Bloom spawns are and stuff, that would be cheating. I personally don't agree with Asmongold on this one either. I think add-ons are fine, be them small add-ons or more complex ones. I think they're okay. All right, we've made it back. Look at this, dude. In the time that we took that walk, this allergy season message is almost recovered in pollen. That's how bad it is out here. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed our little adventure out here in North Carolina today. Hopefully the comment section doesn't get too salty because I disagreed with Asmongold on some stuff. But to be fair, I don't give a shit. If you guys want to go on another adventure with me, I highly recommend my day 1 Classic WoW Hardcore Self-Found video. Check that one out next. It's on your screen right now. And if you guys would like for me to make a video sharing my thoughts on how I would fix World of Warcraft, let me know down in the comment section below. I'm going home, man. It's hotter than a camel's anus out here. Oh, crap. I think I left Asmongold back at the creek. He'll be fine.